Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Trucker Talk. I'm Todd. My face is glowing because the sun is in my eyes. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. It looks like, just me perusing the comments quickly, that tonight we're going to be talking about Buc-ee's a lot. I need to get with them, try to see if I can get them to sponsor the show. Sorry, I'm getting feedback from one of my phones, and I don't know which one it is. Give me just a second. I think it's this one. Yep, it was. I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about tonight, so let's not waste any time. The first thing let's do, let's give a shout out to all our channel members. There's 5 new channel members, and we'll talk about them. Ah, I see where it is. Still getting feedback, trying to take care of it. There we go. And then we'll get to the 5 new channel members that are courtesy of Midlife Trucking. Midlife Trucker. He gifted 5 Trucker Todd memberships. I don't have any say-so of who those go out to. YouTube passes those out based on activity. So if you're someone who comments a lot or watches a lot of the videos, you probably will be the recipient of one of these gift memberships. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's say hi to all our channel members. There's 29, or there was 29. Now we have 5 more, being at 34. Like I said, we'll give the new ones a shout out here in a minute. But let's start off with the oldest channel member, not age-wise, but length of time as a member, and work our way up to the newest. We've got Ramon, Robbie Ross, Corey Oatley, Midlife Trucker, who we just mentioned, a guy that's very supportive of the channel. We definitely appreciate him. And like I said, he gifted 5 more memberships. I think altogether this makes about 12 or 15 he's gifted altogether. Red Raider Reloading, Randy's Road Life, KC, a trucker named Tim, Smaller Hauler, Oaser DM, Roger Berry, Brian Walton, Mark Ely, 18-Wheeler, Jordan B, Tracy H, H-Man, and we got a lot of H's there. Davenport Family, Josh Burton, Asphalt Jungle, Shane Lee, Grafton, Daniel N, PT Bullet Boy Gaming, Scorpion Trucker, Truckers Education, Ohioan Trucker, Armando Perez, and Skyhook Trucker. All right, now let's get back here and start working our way through the chat. Incidentally, before we do that, if you're interested in becoming a channel member and don't want to leave it to chance by hoping that you get a gifted membership, right below the video, it says join. If you click there, it'll give you all the information. It's like $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content. You'll get your name shouted out on here. We had a video come out on Monday for members only. I'm going to try to do one every Monday for the next month or 2 if I can, pending that I don't have a crazy weekend somewhere. And it'll be released to everybody else on Thursday morning. So don't fret if money's tight right now and you can't afford the $5. You'll be able to see that video on Thursday. And by the way, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Let's give a shout out to who got here first today. Channel member Roger Berry says, I'm in. Gary Cook says he's listening from Indianapolis, Indiana. Truck is in the shop. Well, what's wrong with your truck, Gary? And Roger Berry says he's eating brisket at Solman's Barbecue in Royce City, Texas. Yep, that's actually my favorite beef product. I love brisket, even more than ribeyes. And it's so hard to find a place that knows how to cook it properly and, more importantly, cut it properly. And speaking of Midlife Trucker, He says, popping in third, still recreating at home. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you decided to join us even from home. And thank you for your continued support of the channel. Let's see. Channel member, a trucker named Tim, says he's here. Glad to have you, sir. And channel member Midlife, to Roger Berry, they have a Buc-ee's with brisket at Royce City. And Robbie Ross says, howdy, friends, from my home where it is 79 sunny degrees out. Oh, man, that must be nice. It's pretty comfortable here in Colorado. So for me, I took a load to Pueblo, Colorado. Then I got a load of alfalfa, of all things, bagged alfalfa, going back to Lubbock. And then I got a load picking up in West Texas, going to North Dakota. So that's my plans from now till Friday. If you're going to be in somewhere along my route, holler at me and we may cross paths somewhere. Getting caught up here. Red Raider Reloading channel member says he's here. Good to have you, sir. Channel member Midlife wants to know how Gary Cook broke his truck. Yeah, me too. What's wrong with it, man? Red Raider Reloading channel member. Hello, all you steering wheel holders. Just kidding, of course. Hey, I resemble that remark. Sometimes I'm a steering wheel holder. I try not to be a steering wheel holder. I try to be a professional. Sometimes I put the F in professional. Anyway, let's see here. Channel member Roger Berry, this is the next exit west on the opposite side. Much better than Buc-ee's, don't get me wrong. Buc-ee's is good. It's been a while since I've been to a Solomons. Last time I went, all they had was pork, but admittedly that was a few years ago. And channel member Corey Oatley, good evening from Flying J in Carnesville, Georgia. Good evening, sir. Thank you for being here. And channel member Midlife says to Roger Berry, he thinks Buc-ee's is so good because it is forbidden fruit. Yeah, it's an obstacle to get there as a truck driver. So if you get it, it's like getting something you was told you couldn't have. Yeah, Midlife, as I mentioned earlier, gifted 5 Trucker Todd memberships. I appreciate that. I really do. And Corey Oatley, channel member, said, Midlife Truckers making it rain. Yes, he is. And so now let's talk about who received those. The first one I'm real happy about. My uncle Racing Ray was gifted a membership. Lance Calhoun was gifted a membership. No Fear was gifted a membership, which, if I'm not mistaken, No Fear was already gifted one. This makes like 2 months in a row for him. So guess he's just in the right place at the right time. I might be wrong about that. And Delphi Money Clicks and Views was gifted a membership. Also, Ryan Patterson was gifted a membership. Congratulations to all of you. Hope you enjoyed it. It seems like you came in at a great time. Like I said, I've got plans for several Monday members only exclusive videos to be coming out the next few weeks. And then those will be released to the general public on Thursday. This one that we did this past Monday, I was commenting on the new 2024 Volvo that just came out, or that was just announced. And so you can get on there and see my take on it. Several people have said that my take is different than what they've heard from anybody else. And so I put a link to the video where I got my information from. I would encourage you to watch that video and watch my video, and then compare my opinions to your opinions and see where we agree and where we disagree, and then share your opinions with me in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, what y'all have to say. And also, while I'm thinking about it, I might as well mention the ticker at the bottom of your screen. It's got the website there, it's got the email there, and it's got Scott's email if you'd like to know more about working at SRO Logistics like I do. Now, I would say this, whether you decide to come here or don't decide to come here, email me at todd@truckertodd.net and let me know what your thoughts are about Scott, about the company. What made you decide to come to work here? What made you not decide to come to work here? You guys know I'm a very, very curious person. And if you want me to keep it private, what you tell me, I will. But I'm just curious what your thoughts are about the company. Do you love it and you're just saving up the money to get your truck? Do you think it's a great deal for Trucker Todd, but maybe not a great deal for you? Let me know, especially if you've already talked to him or if you plan on contacting him soon. Just let me know what your initial impressions are. All right, we got channel member Corey Oatley. Again, oh, I already did that one. All right, let me scroll down a little more, skip my comments. And now we enter the Buc-ee's hour where we promote Buc-ee's here. I need to get with their company and see about a sponsorship. Robbie Ross, channel member, says they're going to build a Buc-ee's in Goodyear, Arizona that is located off of I-10. There's his comment. And Roger Berry says, is that the one that's supposed to be parking for trucks also? Channel member Robbie Ross says, not that I'm aware of, Roger Berry. How many of you have filed your 2023 taxes yet? I have not. I'm still waiting on several 1099s. My wife got hers and I got mine from YouTube. But for the trucking companies that I worked for in 2023, I haven't received any from those companies yet. I believe they have till the end of January, so they've still got a few days to mail them out. I know the next logical question everybody's going to ask me is, have I decided who's going to do my taxes? I've narrowed it down. I'm either going to go to the really large tax accounting service that I've spoke badly about and I don't really care for, or I'm going to follow my good friend, a trucker named Tim, his advice and do QuickBooks. Because of how SRO Logistics does their settlements and everything, I'm thinking I could probably handle it on QuickBooks now. And so that's a decision I'll be making, but time is on my side as I'm still waiting for 1099s to roll in. All right. Midlife Trucker says, Roger Berry, I wouldn't count on truck parking at any future Buc-ee's. They have figured out that their business does very well without allowing trucks to park here. Yep, I would agree with that. Robbie Ross says, with how packed a Buc-ee's is with four-wheelers, I don't see them having a separate parking area for big rigs. Not unless their customer base starts demanding a parking lot full of pee jugs and poop bags and Walmart sacks full of trash. If there becomes a demand for that, then I'm pretty sure they'll get truck parking soon. Channel member Roger Berry, I thought I heard they were building one somewhere. Josh McLean. Hey, Trucker Todd, glad you're going live. Just saying, hey from Georgia. Hello, sir. I'm glad you're glad, and I'm glad I'm here, and just full of gladness tonight. But yeah, I'm here. I'm glad I got to come on time tonight. That it's not 5:30 or 6 o'clock. I'm a very punctual person, and I like doing these shows in a timely manner. I think Cassius King may have jinxed me, though. He said in one of his videos, he was talking about my show, and he said that I was very punctual, always at 5 o'clock. And to that point, he was correct. I'd never been late before. But since he made that statement on his show, I've been late several times. But it was just an honor to have him talk about my show on his channel. His channel is about 3 times the size of mine, if I'm not mistaken. So it gets the word out to people that's never heard of Trucker Todd. And I certainly appreciate all the shout outs. And Ramon, channel member, says he's here. Glad to have you, sir. Channel member Mark Ely says, showtime. And channel member Skyhook Trucker here listening while driving. Hey, y'all. Let's talk about Skyhook a minute. For about a month now, I've been showing his Trucker Todd tuggers on here. They're an air horn replacement device that you can put on your air horn. Kind of like if your Peterbilt or Kenworth has that leather strap, you can replace it with these. My wife customized one that goes on like her purse and things like that. If that's something you're interested in, hopefully Skyhook will put his email in the comments. If not, just email me at todd@truckertodd.net and I'll get you in contact with him, and he can discuss pricing with you and customization and all that. So far, he's made several of them, and I have yet to have one person that got one and said, I don't like it. It feels cheap. It's not what I thought I was getting, nothing like that. Everybody's been really happy with it, so I think you will be too. And Skyhook's a good guy, so give him a shout. Gary Cook, knock sensor went out. Oh man, that stinks. How long are they saying you're going to be down for? And Mud Trucking, I'm here, brother. Just backed up to the dock waiting. How are you, Mr. Todd? I'm doing good, man. I am running my tail off. So the place I go to in Pueblo is you park right by the railroad tracks, and there's a train that comes through about every 2 hours, blaring their horn. And so it's kind of hard to sleep. Last night I parked a little bit further away, and I could still hear the train in the distance, but I was able to get a lot better sleep. So I'm feeling a lot better today than I usually do when I go to that place. But I got like $3.11 a mile to go there from Texas, so pretty good deal. I like doing that run as much as I can. Yesterday they did talk to me about doing it on a dedicated basis, and I told them I'd look at it. The problem is getting a backhaul back to pick up the next one, but I'm working on that through back channels, and if I could turn it into a round trip deal, I could, but I kind of want to spread my wings a little bit, and that's why I'm going to North Dakota when I get back to Lubbock tomorrow morning. Actually, I'll probably be in Lubbock tonight. I won't get to go home though. I'll be delivering in the morning when my wife goes to work, and she'll be at work all day. There's nowhere to park a truck near her place of work and go see her, so I doubt I'll see her tomorrow. But that's okay. I've been seeing her a lot lately. I need to get out and work. Let's see here. Let me get caught up on the comments. Red Raider Reloading, channel member listening while going through the rattlesnake capital of the world. I know right where he's at, in Sweetwater, Texas, where they have the rattlesnake roundup every year. Well, be careful out there. I assume you're on your way to Dallas. And channel member Mark Ely, how are the rates out there, everyone? I've been doing real good lately, honestly. Most of my stuff's between 280 and 320 a mile. That's for dry van freight, so that's really good for dry van rates. I did pull one load or two loads that was around $2 a mile, but most of my stuff's been really good lately. That's not the problem. The problem is I make a ridiculous amount of money every week, but it goes in one hand and out the other. It seems like my bills are going up with rates. And so same problem I had most of 2023. I've just got to get spending under control, get debt paid down, get spending under control, and things will be fine. SRJ says, howdy, y'all. And Red Raider Reloading, channel member, got my taxes started, but waiting on my 1099 from my stock trading brokerages. There you go. And Ted Van Buskirk. Hello, Mr. Todd. Glad to see you. Yes, sir. How's your friend doing? Have you got any positive updates? And Midlife Trucker, channel member, for those who really want to eat that brisket at Bucky's, Calhoun, Georgia has a Love's that is right across the street, even has a crosswalk and sidewalk. All righty, there you go, folks. And channel member Robbie Ross talking to Skyhook says, got my tugger, looks really good. Shared a pic with Todd today. Yeah, he did. It's really, really nice. I like it. I don't know if Skyhook may not be able to comment right now. He's usually driving when I do these lives and just listening in the background. But I know he loves hearing when somebody gets one and they really like it. And so lately we've been having a lot of that, and I'm glad that it's being received well. Gary Cook, I should be out of the shop tomorrow afternoon. Well, that's good. At least it's not an extended breakdown. My friend Skyhook, when he worked at Swift, he had a NOx sensor go out, and when they were trying to unscrew it from his truck, it broke off in the hole, and they ended up having to drill it out and do all kinds of stuff. So it ended up turning into like a week-long repair, and I'm glad yours isn't turning into a week-long repair. And let's see here, channel member Ramon says, just got home doing his 10-hour, be leaving out about 1 a.m. back to Alabama, so you have a good night. Yes, sir, you do too. Be careful out there. Channel member Ramon, Pueblo, Colorado, the kid who did the Black Stallion movie lives there. He's a trucker now. Oh, really? I didn't know that. And Midlife Trucker channel member says he's driving his couch. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. It Midlife deserves it. He works hard. He deserves some time off. By the way, if y'all hadn't checked out his videos, I watch his videos for the same reason. I watch NASCAR. Well, actually, that and another reason. I like seeing the crashes. He does a drone video where he puts a drone way above a truck stop, and you can see trucks backing into docks, not docks, into parking spots and stuff like that. And I watch to see if I can watch anybody take off anybody's hood. I know that's a bad reason to watch a video, but that, and he puts really good music with it, so it can be kind of entertaining if you're sitting in a dock somewhere and you need to kill 10 or 15 minutes. Go check out his drone videos that he does from truck stop parking lots. And if you've got Cheeseman on the back of your brain, you're thinking about maybe working there, but wondering what your income would be like, check out his videos. He does a weekly deal where he shows his income, his paycheck stubs. He's a company driver over there, and good and bad. He doesn't cherry pick the good weeks. So see what a bad week looks like. See what a good week looks like over there. His videos, as far as income goes, are about as honest as he can be. So if you're curious about Cheeseman or just what company drivers are making right now, check out his videos for that kind of information. And here's Midlife channel member. He says, waiting for the crash and the truck stops. Yeah, I knew that was it. Yes, sir. And by the way, if you have a video where a truck backs into another truck, send me the link or something. I'll go straight to those videos. I like watching those. Channel member Midlife, my wife reminds me that one night I did some aerobatics using a power line. Oh yeah, that's a good way to ruin your drone. Hey, Rooster Cruiser. Hey, Todd. Hello, sir. Glad to have you here with us tonight. Travis Jones. Hey, Todd, are you ever on the CB radio? Almost always. So my broker phone that brokers call me on, nobody has the number except my wife and brokers. And Scott, obviously, because he gives it to brokers. It is hooked to my Bluetooth CB. And so I have to have my CB on because it rings through my CB if a broker calls me. And that way I'm aware if there's any accidents or things like that up ahead. So I would say about 85 or 90% of the time, my CB is on while I'm driving. Now, some of you that have talked to me on the phone, sometimes you'll hear some feedback from the CB or something like that. people arguing on there, something like that. If that starts, I'll turn it down while I'm in a phone call, or if I'm listening to an audio book and two radio Rambos go at it, then I'll turn it down while I'm listening to an audio book or something like that. But I enjoy having my CB on. I enjoy talking to other drivers when it's possible. Uh, it's just lately I've been on a lot of 2-lane roads in the mountains, so there's not a lot of people out there to talk to. But yeah, I run my CB. I've got a peaked and tuned, one of the original Cobra 29 Bluetooths. It's not the new digital ones. It's one of the original ones. Bought them when they first come out, and I've got a lot of use out of it. Like I say, it's peaked and tuned, and it's pretty good radio. Who will be watching the Super Bowl? It will be a wild card night in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to be rooting for Kansas City. Channel member Midlife Mud Duck in the Desert says we should all be careful on the highways and byways. Yes, he does. The guy that I remember a lot, and I hadn't been to Memphis in a while, but when you go through West Memphis, there used to be the guy that did CB repair on Channel 22. Channel 22. I don't know if you guys remember that guy or not. But all right, well, we're caught up. Man, we got caught up quick. We're only 27 minutes in. Let's take this opportunity to remind everybody, give this video a thumbs up. Share it on your social media platforms. Make sure that you're still subscribed and hit the title of the video. It'll drop down with the description. A lot of other great information, how you can get this solar powered headset like I got, how you can get the ES Advantage fuel card like I've got, how you can get a discount using Mudflap. Just tons of great information there that you don't want to miss. Check all that stuff out. Also, the website's up on the screen right now, truckertodd.net. Go check out the website. And you can, of course, email me at todd@truckertodd.net. All right, hopefully that gave y'all some time to type some more comments. Let's hop in and see what else we got. Midlife says, channel member, by the way, I'm running a Striker SR 655. I love it. Yeah, I've always been afraid to get an expensive antenna, afraid that when I go home for home time that somebody might steal it. And so I don't know, though. And plus, now that drivers don't run CBs anymore, you know, getting the amp and all of that, I just don't know if it's worth it anymore. It's frustrating trying to get people on the radio to tell you why there's a road closure ahead or things like that. It's used to, you could count on them, but it's just a sad depreciation of trucking. All right, let's see who we got here. Red Raider reloading. I don't see you on my screen. So Trucker Todd, I'm going to send you a link to the video about Taylor Swift being a paid shill for George Soros. Okay, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, but most celebrities, especially musicians, are liberals. So I don't know that anybody's putting her up to it or if that's just the way she is. There's lots of theories on why they're that way. Maybe they feel guilty about their success. I mean, one of my favorite musicians of all times is a liberal and a big liberal. And it shocked the heck out of me because he does a lot of conservative things. For example, he has a soup kitchen that if you go there and serve the homeless or serve the poor, you can eat for free, help cook the food, things like that. If you're hungry, don't have money to eat, you can go there and, you know, bus tables or wash dishes and get a free meal. And he helps with building houses and things like that. So I was very surprised to find out he was a liberal. But of course, I'm talking about John Bon Jovi. And so, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Taylor Swift was a liberal. She's She said some stuff in the past that's pretty liberal sounding. She's not my favorite singer by far, but I'll admit she's got a few good songs. Midlife channel member. How about Roxy, the Bustin' Nuts woman in Texarkana, Texas? Are they still there? I thought they shut that CB shop down. Gary Cook, what's your opinion on what's happening at the border situation with the border situation? Let's see here. Give me just a second. Um, I think it's a I think it's a frustrating situation. You had our previous president who had it under control, and he left office, and our new president was bound and determined to undo every policy that the previous president had, whether it was working or not, whether it was a good idea or not. And so now we've got chaos down there. And quite frankly, neither side wants to fix it because it's a good political football. It's something for them to argue about and debate about. But I mean, it's a dangerous situation. We've got the most open borders in the world right now, and a lot of countries that are competitors of ours with similarly open borders don't have the demand of people trying to get into their country like we do. And I agree with you. Most of them are coming here for legitimate reasons. They want an opportunity, they want a better life for their family. But there are some bad actors in that group. There are some terrorists, there are some drug dealers, there are some human traffickers, things like that. There's a lot of women and children that are being raped and beaten and tortured on their journey here, and it's just a human tragedy what's going on down there. And we've got to demand that our country protect our border. And I don't know what that means at this point. It might mean that we put military on the border. It might mean that Texas covers it with the National Guard, and several other states have been supportive of Texas. Maybe they send some of their National Guard down there. It's funny, all these sanctuary cities didn't have a problem with it until Governor Abbott started shipping the illegals up to their state, and now all of a sudden, oh, it's crashing our economy. It's so bad. Well, what do you think it was doing to Texas? It's frustrating that neither side wants to fix the problem. Neither side is pro-American. They're both getting reelected, and that's what the problem is. It's not a Republican or Democrat issue. It's just a CYA issue. Everybody's trying to look like it's not their fault and like they're part of the solution. But right now, nobody's really trying to be part of the solution, in my opinion. Davenport family channel member. A striker is a CB radio. I run the striker 955. Yes, I know that. I know that. Striker is a radio, but they also do make an antenna. And that's why I stated it was a 955. Red Raider Reloading channel member, he bought all the rights to her music. Well, shoot, I'd buy all the rights to her music if I could. It's going to be a money making deal. She went back and re-recorded a lot of her songs, and like if you get on Spotify or anything, it'll say Taylor's version, and basically it's just a re-recording of her songs, but she did it so she could get some of the royalties of her music. Midlife Trucker channel member, the CB shop is shut down. Bustin' Nuts is a truck repair shop in front of the Flying J. Oh, okay. I was thinking she was in that CB shop. They used to have a really good barbecue place there too, and it's gone now. Channel member Midlife, Roxy has been broadcasting the same message for at least 5 years. Channel member Red Raider says, wished I had a CB so I could say. And then he finished it here. I wished I had a CB radio so I could say I got my nightgown on and my pretty red panties on and I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah, yeah, that's a mental image none of us want, Red Raider. And channel member Red Raider, just kidding. Y'all remember that guy saying that all the time in Oklahoma City? Yeah, I remember the guy that would whisper, I ain't got no panties on. And let's just be clear while we're here, folks. If you're a straight male truck driver, you should not have panties on. So why would he state the obvious? But either way, it's funny stuff, I guess. All right, once again, we're caught up on the comments. As I said, I'm on my way to Lubbock. I've got a morning delivery there. It's actually 8 to 1. I'm going to try to get there as early as possible. Then I'm running over to Seagraves and picking up a load going to North Dakota. So I'll be up in North Dakota on Friday. And then the next few days, I'll be monitoring the load boards and seeing where I'm going from there. Mud Trucking, I like Rooster Shop YouTube channel. He buys and sells and trades. He tweaks and tunes them. Yeah, I used to like Clay's CB shop there in Texas, and they moved around so much it's too hard to find them. And they've got a website. I guess if I ever needed them now, I'd have to go to their website and figure out where they were. But they were at that one place for a long time, and I used to stop in there quite a bit. But like I said, they've moved a couple of times, and at this point, I don't even know if they're still around. It used to be easy to find a CB shop though, and it's getting harder and harder each year. It seems like cell phones have just killed the CB radio. One more piece of housekeeping we probably ought to talk about real quick. I have removed all the moderators from the channel. Um, it's not because anybody's done anything wrong or because I'm mad at anybody. We had an observation that was pointed out to me. One of my moderators pointed out that I had a ton of moderators. Evidently, at one point, I was pretty generous with the moderatorships, and a lot of those people are no longer here. They don't watch the channel anymore, and so I decided to take everybody down. I will be reevaluating and adding people back on in the coming weeks, but for now, there are no moderators. I'm the only moderator here, and so don't nobody get your feelings hurt or nothing like that. Channel member Midlife, there's a good CB shop at Petro Exit 12 I-285 Atlanta, also at TA Exit 296 on I-75. They are the same group. Yeah, I try to avoid that Petro in Atlanta though because it's paid parking. But I have stopped there before. And Midlife channel member says they also have a Richmond, Virginia location. There's no way I'll remember all that, but if I ever have trouble with my CB, I'll sure try to remember to look you up for that. All right, I'll pull that down again so y'all can see the website. It's not paid parking, it's 2 hours free. Then if you spend $25 in the store or restaurant or buy fuel, it's free. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's just the hassle. Robbie Ross, channel member, a good CB shop in Knoxville, Tennessee at the TA. Yeah, I like that TA. And back to Midlife's point, it is true what he's saying. Anytime I refer to any truck stop as being paid parking, most of them give you an hour or two free. That is correct. Also, most of them, if you spend a minimum amount of money, you do get free parking for 24 hours or whatever. That is a good point. To me, it's just I just try to avoid those places. The less we go to places like that, the more they'll be inclined to do away with paid parking. And you say, well, they're not going to do that, but yet there's a lot of truck stops you can go to that used to charge for parking and they don't no more. So I just, as a rule, I try to avoid those kind of places. Not saying I don't ever go there. I just try to avoid them as much as possible. All right, what else we got? We're creeping up on. We're at 42 minutes, and you guys are kind of dying off tonight. I don't know if you're all out driving or if everybody's tired or what's going on. P.U. Patel is here. Good evening, Trucker Todd. Did you get your fuel issue fixed on your truck? No, it's kind of intermittent. Like I filled up a minute ago right before I came on the air, and it was about the same. It held, right at 44 gallons on one side, and it held, because I did them separately so I could check it, and it did, let me think, 44 on one or 46 on one side, and it did, I did 80 altogether, so that'd be 34 on the other. So it's a little off. It was about 10 gallons variation, but not as bad as it was the other day. So it's one of those deals. I'm not going to have downtime just to get that issue fixed. I'll just watch my fuel closely and manage it for now. But if I'm in a Freightliner dealer or in a shop for something else, I may have them look at it at that point. At this point, the next thing I would think it probably is, because we've already done the fuel sending unit, I'm thinking it might be the gauge itself within the dash. The previous owner of this truck had all the return lines and stuff on the passenger side blown out and gone through. So I don't think it's the return lines or something like that. My hope is that somebody on here will have heard this and has had a similar issue, and maybe they can say, hey, in my truck it was this, and it'll kind of narrow it down for me. But it's one of those minor deals that doesn't keep me from running. It's not a DOT violation or nothing like that. So I'll run with it for now and deal with it at a later date when it's more convenient. Channel member Midlife, the first time that I visited Exit 12 Petro, my wife was with me. No sooner parked than a lot lizard asked if I wanted to party. Of course, my wife then believed there were lot lizards everywhere. I had that happen to me there at Gary, Indiana, at the Loves. I parked ironically, on the back row, and this was several years ago when my wife rode with me full time. And I try to never be rude to them because I don't want them to do something to my truck. So one of them came up to my truck when I was doing my post trip walking around. She said, hey, you want some company? And I said, no, thank you. I said, my wife's with me. And, I was real polite to her. And my wife's like, why'd you say it like that? And I said, well, because I don't want her to key scratch my truck or pour something in my tank or whatever when we go in the truck stop to get a shower. And she's like, oh, that makes sense. And so, I'm always nice to them, even like the beggars. I'm nice to them when they come up to the truck. I'll say, hey, I'm sorry I don't carry any cash, which is true. Those of you that know me, if I've got $5 or $10 cash on me, that's a lot for me. Normally, I do everything with cards, debit cards, and credit cards, and it's for that reason. I got a kind heart, and if I carried money, I'd be giving it away to people all the time. So I just say I don't have any money, and I'm usually really polite unless they just keep being persistent. There was one guy, ironically, in Gary, Indiana. I was at the TA there, and he's like, "Oh, come on, man! I know you got money," and he just kept bugging me and kept bugging me. And I had had a bad day that day, and I told him at one point, I said, "You need to go away, or I'm going to hurt you." And he said, "What?" And I said, "I'm not kidding. You need to turn and walk now, or I'm going to hurt you." And he walked off. But yeah, normally I'm super nice to him. I wish him good luck. I'm sorry, I don't have cash. I don't even carry change. And of course, I've had them ask, well, how do you do laundry then? I explained to them, well, most of the truck stops now take cards, and I pay with a card. And then after that, they leave you alone. Or I try to save my laundry till I get home. But we've got another super sticker here we need to talk about. It comes from channel member Robbie Ross with the $10 super sticker. Thank you very much for that. It's greatly appreciated. Robbie Ross is also another big supporter of the channel. He and Midlife Trucker, as well as a few others of you, have been just a godsend on the channel. I'm glad you're here, and I really appreciate all the support, both financially and giving words of encouragement and things like that. So thank you for that, Robbie Ross. I appreciate you very much, sir. All righty, what else have we got? We've kind of teetered off here. This may be a replay gang video. We've only got about 29 people watching right now. Normally we're about double that, so we may be cutting this one short if we don't have a crowd here. And I got to get out and run anyway. Tuesdays and Thursdays I usually have to split log, and that's what I'll have to do tonight probably if I want to do an early morning delivery. But I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes. Maybe some of you are pulling over, or maybe you're typing your message. You're a slow typer like I am. I use voice to chat for that reason, because if I type it out, it takes me forever to type a message. I got my fat thumbs and that little bitty keyboard, and I found it's easier to just hit the microphone and do voice to text. Well, we just had a few people join us, so maybe we'll get some comments here soon. I hate to wrap it on you guys like this, but may have to. Give it about another 30 seconds, and if we don't have nothing, I'll check out of here. Get me a drink of Coke real quick. Or Coke Zero, I should say. All right, it's been 30 seconds. We hadn't got any comments. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I do believe this is one of the shortest ones we've ever done. I want to thank everybody for being here. We'll see you Thursday night. I'm excited to see what you guys will say on Thursday after you get to watch the members only video, and look forward to talking to you then. As always, you can email me, text me, call me, whatever you're into, and we'll see you then. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.